Hello everyone, and welcome once again to another video for the channel. This time I bring you the full review. The Legendary Monsters, an amazing boss mod, RPG style that you will surely love. But before starting, let me ask you to please subscribe and leave your like since that will be helping me a lot to continue uploading content like this every week. But if you would like to help me a little more, you can become a member of the channel, with which you will have excellent benefits, as exclusive emotes, greetings at the end of each video, and watch the videos long before they come out. It's up to you whether I can eat another day. And well, without anything else to say, now yes, let's go for the video. Welcome to Legendary Monsters, an amazing mod that will add new mini bosses to your world, with its own structures and creatures, each one leaving you a unique and special piece for the creation of new weapons, some with magical abilities and who will carry combat to a new level. You will be able to get all these new tools and defeat each of the bosses. Well, first of all, let's start from the most basic. As I mentioned, we will have new enemies, much more powerful than a normal enemy. Some will have their own structure, or simply, they will appear in small nests in certain biomes. But the easiest way to find them, it will be thanks to new eyes. Of these we will count 11, which obviously will be done differently, depending on the type of structure. And well, in essence, that would be the basis of the mod. So now yes, let's go to each of the new structures that await us in this new adventure. Starting in the overworld, we have the Ancient Fortress, a large structure made of a new type of rock, where we can find some chests with treasures, guarded by the spiny worms and the ambushers. In the case of worms, by defeating them, they will leave us the ancient pick, while defeating the ambushers, they will be leaving us the dripstone fragment once the enemies of the structure have been defeated. At the highest part, the boss will not be waiting. The powerful ancient guardian, a kind of golem with metal blades, capable of breaking blocks. It is already covered with spikes. Hitting it will not hurt you. If we reduce half of its life, your hooks will turn gold. When we defeat him, he will leave us the anchor handle, ingredient for the monster anchor. Or we can even melt it to create the spiked shield. Our next destination will be the Mossy Temple, a small structure where we will find to the covered colossus, an ancient golem with moss on its body, with enormous force and the ability to poison to the enemies who dare to challenge him. If we manage to defeat him, we'll be leaving us the natural crystal, ingredient for the following items. Continuing, we will have the Temple of the Clouds, being inhabited by new creatures, like Stratler, a kind of villager, and the Floating Hurricane, an enemy that when defeated will be leaving us the Rod of the Clouds. And finally, reaching the highest part of the structure, we will find the Colonibus, a powerful ancient god with the powers of heaven, being able to launch bursts of air that will immobilize us, and very powerful melee attacks. But once we make him angry, we'll enter its storm state, increasing their damage with electric attacks, being the most powerful enemy in the entire mod. By defeating him, he will be leaving us the atmospheric boots and the air rune, with which we can create the following crafts. The next structure will be the ruined pyramid, where we will find the Sentinel of the Dunes, a kind of canyon living from sandstone that will prevent them from approaching you with his powerful shots. By defeating him, he will leave us the Sandstorm Crystal, ingredient for the following items. But as an extra fact, we will also find bombers in this language, a new species of creeper that when exploded will turn your screen upside down. But if we finish them off, they will leave us the Sandstone Fragment. The next one will be the Frozen Temple, a small structure where we will find the Frozen Golem, a powerful enemy with the ability to give us the freezing effect with his attacks, being able to summon ice spikes and curiously, in battle it will release damage If we manage to defeat him, this will leave us with the frozen room. With this and the ice fragments, we will be able to create the following objects. And finally, to finish with the creatures of the overworld, we will have the abandoned crypt, being possibly one of the best structures. As for treasures, well, I highly recommend that you search carefully in each of its corners, because the best chest will be found hidden. This crypt will be protected by the ghostly knights. In this case, we will have the normal knights, that by defeating them they will leave us the sword fragments, and by putting them together we will create the knight's sword, while the guards will be leaving you the long piece of stick, and by joining it with pieces of gold we will create the golden halberd. And finally, reaching the deepest part of the crypt, we will find the possessed paladin, a powerful silver knight who will give us a very complicated battle, giving us the armor break effect for it. And if that were not enough, when he reaches half his life, this will transform into a black knight, being much more powerful with his attacks. By defeating him, we will be leaving our souls corrupted. Yes, just like in Mexico, with which we can create the following artifacts. Now, let's travel further, specifically to the nether dimension, where we will find the distorted mushroom nest, home of the warped gunguses, a kind of enderman infected by distorted fungi, which when defeated, will be leaving us the piece of mushroom hat, ingredient for the entity teleporter. Continuing now in the soul arena biomes, we will find the Skeletosaurus nest. This powerful creature will attack with stomping and roaring, in addition to giving you the scary effect with its roar. By defeating him, we'll be leaving us the dinosaur bones, with which we can create the following objects. The next one will be the lava eater, a powerful, very elusive and dangerous creature, being able to move underground and throw flames from his pauses. If we manage to defeat him, this one will be leaving us his skin, with which we can create these two tools. And finally, to finish with the nether, we will have the remains of the Fortress of Souls, home of the dangerous Wither Abomination, a huge, quite powerful mutant wither, which will be able to push you quite far with its attacks, which will make it even more dangerous, will be the effect of Wither Tooth. For each of its attacks, as the battle progresses, he will lose his horns. By defeating him, he will leave us the wither bones. With these and their horns, we will be able to create the following objects. And finally, we will have two more structures that we will find, traveling in the dimension of end. But before that, now through the forest of chorus fruit, the crucified ones will appear. These at the moment of hitting you, they will be giving you the chorus infection, causing you to teleport randomly for a few seconds. And we finish them off, they will be leaving us the infected chorus fruit. That eating it will give us the same infection. Although equally, it will be used to create new crafts. Now yes, happening to the first structure we will find. In this dimension will be the remains of an ancient tower, where the Endercent will live, a powerful Enderman infected by the chorus fruit, which will have tremendous strength, and that will give us the chorus section for each beat. When we defeat him, he will leave us the chorus crystal, object necessary for the creation of the following tools. And finally, we will have the shulker tower, a tower infested by these pesky enemies. But that's true, it will have treasures very similar to an end fortress, for which it is worth a lot. Explore in this. At the top of the tower we will find the shulker mimic, a powerful enemy with the ability to give you the levitation effect for a few seconds. But apart from this, it will also give you the gravity pull effect, increasing damage and speed when falling. By defeating him, we'll be leaving us the shulker shell and the big shell, ingredient for the following tools. Now to finish, let's do a quick review of all the tools that we have been collecting on our adventure. But before continuing, I will ask you a question. You already subscribed. I hope you did. Or do you know what's wrong with him? To the people who reach this part of the video and has not subscribed, if you do not subscribe, you die. First, we will have the Knight Summoners. When using any of these, we will generate a knight or a guard, so that this follows our orders. we will have to give him an iron ingot. And in addition to defending us from other creatures, we may ask them to stay still or wander around. In case they are defeated, they will leave the generator inactive. And to reactivate it, we will only have to join it with iron. The sword chorus. It will be a curious sword with 7 damage when right-clicking. It will teleport us a few blocks away. The dinosaur bone club will have 9 damage with the same speed as an axe, but will have the ability to create a wave of damage with right-click. The burning jaws. They will be a slow weapon with 6 damage with the ability to create a ring of fire that will burn and push to the enemies. The wither scythe will be a medium speed weapon and 10 damage with the charge ability. Enemies when right-clicking. The Great Frost will be a fast sword with 7 damage. That will be able to summon a row of pigs with right-click. If we hold shift and right-click, this will generate ice spikes around us. The Wand of the Clouds. It will be a fast weapon with 11 damage, and if we right-click on an enemy, we will generate some clouds that will fall on you. The Big Cloud, doing 14 damage, and the small ones 5. The Lightning Axe will be a medium speed weapon with 13 damage, where if we right-click forward, I will create a lot of electrical clouds that will damage to the enemies. But if we shift and right-click, we will bring an electric wave that will damage them and push them. The Mossy Hammer will be a curious slow weapon with 9 damage in the case of having in our inventory bone meal. Each special attack will cause each defeated creature turn into blocks of moss. The Monster Anchor will be an extremely slow weapon with 13.5 damage, but with the ability to paralyze enemies for 3 seconds by holding and then releasing the right click. The Knight's Sword was a normal weapon without skill, but very quick to attack. This will have 6 damage. The Golden Halberd will be a slow weapon with 6.5 damage and more range when attacking. If we deal critical damage with this, we will have a 25% chance of causing bleeding, a poison-like effect. The Great Soul Sword. It will be a powerful medium speed sword, and 10 damage, has a 50% chance of bleeding by causing critical damage. But his most powerful ability is undoubtedly the Fury of the Soul. Right-clicking, we will have this effect for 10 seconds, greatly increasing the speed of this, plus 6 extra points of armor and 1 of durability. The Sand Cannon will be a long-range weapon with the ability to throw sand bombs. The Canyon Chorus will do exactly the same thing as the Sand Cannon, only by throwing infected chorus fruits. The Chorus Mask will be a 3 armor helmet with the ability to protect to the player of the chorus infection. Shulker's Helmet will have 3 armor and will protect from the levitation effect. The Explosion-Proof Helmet will give you 3 of protection and 1 of resistance to thrust, in addition to a 33% increase in protection against explosions. Burning Boots will give you 4 armor and the ability to start fire wherever you go when pressing the X key. The Atmospheric Boots will have for protection and the ability to reduce fall damage and 50%. Wither's Ribcage will be a powerful breastplate with 7 protection and resistance to thrust, plus 1 if a wither were to hit. Hitting us will not give us the wither effect. On the contrary, if someone were to hit us, we will be giving him said effect. The Mossy Breastplate will have 8 protection and 5 resistance to thrust. By pressing the R key, we will summon a cloud of poison that will damage to the enemies and will regenerate us. Shulker's Shield will have a 60% chance to give it the effect of levitation to the enemies. The Bone Shield will have a durability extremely long. The Freeze Shield will be able to freeze enemies that hit us for 3 seconds. The Spiked Shield will have the probability of applying the effect, bleeding the enemies dry, as well as reflecting the damage. The Entity Teleporter, as its name says, may bring entities to you within a 4-block radius. This can be upgraded to the Entity Teleporter, from the Void increasing its range to 6. And finally, the Skeletosaurus Egg. We will be able to hatch this 1 faster in Soul Arena. where a small Skeleraptor will spawn. We will be able to tame it with raw meat, and when it grows, will allow us to ride it as if it were a horse. And with all this, I only have to ask you, what did you think of this mod? Which of all the creatures or weapons was the one that caught your attention the most? Would you add this mod to your Minecraft world? Or what other creature or boss mod you would like it to appear in an upcoming video? I'll be reading you in the comments. And well guys, I hope you liked it, that they had fun. That's the most important thing for me. If you liked the video, I would ask you to please leave your like. You will comment what you thought of this video. What other types of videos would you like to see on the channel? And also subscribe. That is very important. Remember that otters don't give violin lessons. And see you in the next video, bye.